Hey everybody, Neil Thompson from Teach the Geek here. I work with technical professionals so they can present more effectively, especially in front of non-technical audiences. And you can learn more about that at teachthegeek.com. Again, that's teachthegeek.com. I've been going to a number of conferences recently, and I think that one of the big issues that people have with going to these conferences is the networking part. People understand the importance of networking, but it can be rather difficult to do, especially if you're an introvert, like I am. But there's a one way that I've gone about networking that I think is works really well. And let's see if you were to try it, if it could work out for you as well. A lot of times at these conferences, there are lunch breaks. And if there is a lunch break, and especially in the instance where food is served during the lunch break, so this is not an instance where you have to get lunch on your own. This is where lunch is being served. There's tables, people are sitting down to eat lunch that's provided by the conference. What I will do is I'll go get my lunch and then I'll sit at a table, an empty table though, not a table with people at it. And inevitably, what happens is people will ask to join your table, and you'll say yes, and I'll say yes, and then they'll join the table, and then you know what happens? Then once they join the table, then I'll ask them some questions. And what's really nice about that is I get to be in control of the question asking, as opposed to other people asking me questions that maybe I don't even want to answer. I think one of the big issue we have with, well, at least I have with networking is you'll go into a space and you'll see people networking already, and you have to join a conversation. So, and a lot of times you're joining a conversation and you realize this is not a conversation I care to be a part of. I have nothing to add to it, or perhaps I don't care about the subject or the topic being talked about. But when you're the person that starts it because you were the first person at the table, no, you're the one in charge of what's being talked about, and I suspect you're not going to introduce a topic that you don't care about. A lot of times, questions I'll ask people are, why are you at the conference? What do you hope to get out of the conference? Have you gone to a interesting talk so far? Stuff like that. And that really helps to break the ice. And then a lot of times, then what I'll do is I'll try to listen really carefully to then figure out what my next question is going to be. A lot of times, that's basically how I network at these types of things. People get to talk about themselves, and I get to listen to answers. I get to control the question asking. I get to, get the questions that I want to have asked, and I don't have to join discussions or conversations that don't really interest me all that much. So give that a shot and see if it works out for you. Again, just to recap, sit at a table by yourself with your lunch. People will inevitably join your table, and then you ask them questions once they do. And then that's networking for you. Hopefully that's been helpful. My name is again Neil Thompson. I'm the founder of Teach the Geek. I work with technical professionals so they can present more effectively, especially in front of non-technical audiences. And you can learn more about that at teachthegeek.com. Again, that's teachthegeek.com. Until next time, take care and stay safe.